Previously on Scotty Survivor Lost in Time, a surprise tribe swap changed up the dynamics of the game, with Eyal and Xavier spearheading a new 5-person alliance on New Verandi. Past relationships came to light on Zaman when Ricky caught Nadia and Tina hanging outside the game. Despite his best efforts to try to get Vivian to flip on Tina, the push to split up the power duo of Jaylee, Joe, and Haley was too much to overcome, and Joe was voted out 7-1. 14 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Well, first tribal in the books. Happy to say that I made it through alive. Some of us not so much.
Joe may not be having a very happy St. Patrick's Day. Spilled some water. But, yeah. Voted out Joe last night. We all saw it happening. Slightly refreshing that it was not even a close vote. However, it was of a potentially close ally.
I really thought that Ricky could flip and vote Tina out or me out. And then come to votes, one vote is only for Tina and the rest is for Joe. And I'm shook. I'm wait, Ranjan and Haley also voted for Joe?
I appreciate that Ranjan and Haley voted for Joe in solidarity, which is good for me going forward in the sense that if I feel this whole Nadia, Tina, and maybe even Parker train is really crazy, we have them to back us up in the future.
I was expecting it to be 5-3 Joe Tina. Instead, since the votes were 5-1, I'm guessing it was actually 7-1 Joe Tina. Meaning that Ranjan and Haley both knew which way the wind was blowing. And I'm sure they were taking advantage of the rhetoric I had been announcing about, a united tribe, one Zaman, one team, one fight.
One team, one fight, huh? Yeah. Do we still have the cheer? Come on, Zaman!
But I do appreciate the gesture, even if it was so they could save their own skin, and of course show that they are more willing to turn on each other than they had previously indicated.
Everyone except for Joe. Yeah. I thought so. That's why.
We threw every Hail Mary we could tonight. I just talked to Parker, and he tells me my biggest ally, Joe, put my name down on the chopping block. He said, "Oh, if I align with you, I'd vote Haley out." Okay. I was like, what? Joe, I trusted you, and I told him right after I talked with Parker, I was like, that really hurt. I really, really trusted you.
Everyone has beef with each other except me and Ranjan sitting quietly in a corner. It's how it seemed to me, and I'm fine with this, although I don't want to be targeted for being too removed, but very, very fine with how the tribe is right now. I walked into Tribal feeling 100% safe. I didn't think that would happen in all of Survivor, but it felt amazing.
As we all know, after last night's Tribal, some true colors began to show. Some of them switched from green, for sure.
This whole situation with me and Tina just sucks. It really sucks. Coming in, we thought that we did everything we could to just try to not gain attention to us and our friendship, but they're obviously gonna start sneaking around a little bit more and go down to the truth. I think we're definitely exposed, and it sucks. I don't know what to do at this point.
I wasn't really approached by too many people except for Haley, so she turned to me and she asked if she could have a word with me. And I didn't really expect much out of it, but she pulled me aside and then, stood in front of me and looked me in the eye, dead in my eye. And it was just so sad. She was just so confused as to why I had turned against Old Verandi. And she genuinely seemed so defeated, and I didn't know what to say. I wasn't aware that she knew everything.
Was kind of just venting about how much Tina was really screwing up everything for us, and how she was kind of digging herself a grave, and that was kind of, you know, confirmed during Tribal.
I told her the truth. I said that, you know, the Verandy squad wasn't that tight. Like, we barely talked to each other. Like, honestly, we barely talked to each other. So, you know, why would I have to, like, why would I be expected to be tied down to this alliance that was essentially dead?
When she said, if I could go back and do it all again, I would. Okay. So we were right. Like, this, you know, this was a major flub on her part. And she knew that, you know, siding with Nadia and Parker and creating Patina, as we're calling them now, which is Parker, Tina, and Nadia. Patina. It sounds like more just like Parker and Tina, but it makes sense. We talked about it. Patina, basically, it's not gonna go very well for them.
I'm sorry, Joe, but over these past couple of days, you have really pissed me off, honestly. I don't know where this is going. You really pissed me off. You and Ricky really pissed me off. I know there is an alliance between you two, and I'm going to keep that noted going forward, Ricky.
Ricky might feel that he's a bit insecure, and he should. He absolutely should. He lied. He fed Joe all of our information. He was a rat. He was a leak. And I told him as much. He didn't try to deny that.
Ricky, like, now realizes that he pushed a little too hard for us to not vote for Joe, so he was also kind of scrambling. And, like, I, again, would have been fine voting for Haley, but I didn't want to push too hard. Honestly, mostly because I didn't want to seem suspicious the way that Ricky did.
Ranjan and I have Ricky and Vivian on our side, or maybe Ranjan and I are on Ricky and Vivian's side.
We kind of met today because we need to make sure we need to stay at the top of the tribe. And let's just say some people made some very poor choices, and it's kind of easy to see how we can take certain people down, how we can hunt certain snakes, one might say.
All three of them were on such a fucking power trip last
Which
night.
we need to make. I think we need to do our best to kind of keep in the power trip, because I think Parker is laboring under this whole unified front situation.
He's like
because that gives him, like, it's not unified because it's unified under him is what he believes.
Right.
Yeah, he wants to be the leader. He wants to feel like he's the leader. So we'll give him that gratification.
Exactly.
He can be the leader.
We'll grovel a little. For, like,
Yeah.
Once he's groveling home, like, we'll see what's up.
Yeah.
One thing that Ricky was talking about was, like, all the photo evidence that Joe had found about Tina and Nadia, like, all the photo evidence of Tina and Nadia together that, like, show that they're, like, an alliance. It's, like, mysteriously gone. Like, oh my god. Girl, you can't make the drama unhappen. We've seen the receipts, darling.
We just asked our social media manager to archive a couple of pictures that have me in it and her comments. It honestly might be too late for that, and it sucks that I don't know how I didn't think about doing that.
They had so many opportunities to tell me that they were friends. Both of them lied to me. Both of them lied to Viv. But actually, before I even told Viv about them, they were like, so we were just, like, bonding, and it just happened that we had two mutual friends.
Wow.
And we got here.
Our next step is, like, quite clear. Like, if we want to get rid of Tina, Nadia, and Parker, we gotta go for the middleman. So Nadia is stringing Tina along with the whole Tina-Nadia situation. And she's also stringing Parker along through that little pact they have or whatever. So if we want to get rid of all three, we go straight for Nadia.
Last night, I think it happened for a good reason, and I think it opened our eyes, and I trust you 100%. I trust you. Like, I'm excited to work with you both, and hopefully Vivian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's going to be
Yes.
best for all of us.
I agree.
Yeah.
Ricky, he didn't want to send Joe home, but he owed it to Vivian. And now Vivian owes Ricky.
Tina messaged me after Tribal to thank me for staying loyal. I'm not loyal to Tina. Like, more than happy to vote her off next Tribal, especially if Ricky wants to, because I also want to prove to Ricky that I'm, like, also on his side. So, happy to vote for Tina next Tribal.
I don't fucking trust Tina or Nadia. They had so many opportunities, so many, to tell me that they are indeed friends. Like, I saw them together with two randos. What else does that look like other than, oh, we just happen, they just happen to have mutual friends and they just went for dinner? Like, no, that's not how it works. And they denied it to me. Both of them denied it to me. Both of them denied it to Vivian because they know Vivian is talking to me because we're both from Dorit. And so I'm not gonna trust them.
Who comes next? I don't know. Not Nadia, not Vivian, I can assure you that. Yeah, there were some strong arguments about Tina. How much can we actually trust Tina? I don't know. It's a fair point. But, you know, I want to say, oh, well, Nadia vouched for her, but Nadia vouched for Ricky. Vivian vouched for Ricky. They're both wrong. Okay, the only one who called out Ricky, the only one who saw it coming was me.
Like, Tina, I love you, and if you're watching this, like, if it later on in the future it comes to a decision where I have to pick between you and Alliance, unfortunately I think I have to go with the Alliance. This is the game so far. Like, I'm still gonna be best friends with you, but this is so tough. I thought I've been playing so well, and for me to just lose because of this, like, it's just not smart. Like, I want to keep playing. I love this game too much, and I want to keep playing. I want to keep playing hard.
So, Joe just got eliminated not that long ago, and now I'm depressed.
So Joe went home tonight. Not the best for the Bean Squad, a little bit of a setback. I mean, props to Tina for flipping on it. I would have been more impressed with her had she not been fucking friends with Nadia, but you know, the snake's gotta attract.
I just lost my biggest ally of this entire game. The only person that I really trusted and told everything to. I just lost my best friend. And I don't know. I wasn't expecting this to happen.
It's like, damn, I was actually kind of impressed with Tina at first because I was like, okay, like, just like do what you gotta do. I would have done the same thing, but this pre-existing friendship just makes it much more like meh. But a blind side is a blind side, and it's kind of just like JFK was not assassinated. Tina blindsided him.
Maybe? Okay. I don't think she's gonna come out yet. I think she's still a little dormant, but I think she's a little restless in her sleep. I'm talking about Val and the villain. I think I gotta play smartly now, and if Val and the villain has to come out, then she will, because I don't want to exactly say that it's to avenge Joe, but low-key. I got my eyes out now on the new Zaman tribe, and I got my eyes out now on Nadia, who now has a relationship with Tina, and I have my eyes out on Parker as well, just because.
And going forward, like, there's gonna be this massive Zaman alliance of Henry, Eyal, by extension Xavier, and Nadia, and then by extension of Nadia, Tina, and that is a narrative I feel like I'm gonna have to push because, oh my god, my hair's hideous. I feel like that's the narrative I'm gonna need to push because that is not an alliance I want to go with. Those are not the people I want to go with.
have another immunity challenge for you today. But before we do that, we have a little twist for you. You are going to be ranking your tribe members in the order of how much you trust them. 1, you trust them the most. To 7, you trust them the least. Your personal list will not be revealed, but the average will be calculated and the order will be revealed for what the entire tribe thinks. Verandi, you also will be sitting one person out. All right, Ethan's sitting out for Verandi. This challenge is called Pen in the Air. You will be blindfolded and you will have to hold your pen in the air for a predetermined amount of time. Your trust list determined how long each member of the tribe will be holding the pen in the air. So the person who was ranked number 1 will be going for the shortest amount of time, and the person with the least amount of trust on the tribe will be holding the pen in the air for the longest amount of time.
I need a pen.
Okay, well, I can't see.
You are allowed to speak to each other, but you cannot say the time in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna get the clock ready. Everybody unmute yourself, please. Is everybody ready? 3, 2, survivors ready, go! Haley, straight up, please. NAO. Everybody, please raise your arms higher. Valen, your time was 26 minutes and 28 seconds. So that means Parker gets the point for Zaman. Valen went 13 minutes over the time. All right, Tina, you can put your arm down. This challenge is now complete. All right. Congratulations, Zaman. You have won tribal immunity for this challenge. For the record, Tina and Judanique, this time was 40 minutes and 23 seconds. Tina went over 40 minutes and Judanique was at 27 minutes. And so we just stopped the challenge because there was no way that Verandi could come back. The final score was 27 Zaman and 1 Verandi. Verandi, a very...
Come on, Zaman, let's go!
I guess this means that we will see Verandi at Tribal Council.
Xavier, you at that one point, look at you killing it, King.
Let's go.
As you should, carrying our whole tribe.
We just finished the pen in the arm challenge, and we won, which is great. So we don't have to go to tribal again. But like, I don't even care that we won at this point. I'm still salty at the fact that when we were doing the trust rankings, the rankings went Vivian, Parker, Haley, Ricky, Ranjan, then me, and Tina. So right now, Tina and I are both basically in the last spot. Like, I was not expecting my name to be that low, to be honest.
But the last two is where my happiness lies, y'all. Second to last, Nadia. Last, Tina. We know y'all are snakes, okay? We know y'all are snakes. You aren't getting away with this one this time. Y'all are on the chopping block, so next time we're at Tribal, y'all better watch your back and not pull that shit again.
I just don't understand. Like, what did I do? You know, like, Tina and I have barely done anything. Like, Ricky and Joe had a better relationship. They were both in the same frat. I don't know if Haley and Ranjan know that, actually.
Because y'all will be off before you could even say snake. It'll happen. So watch your back.
Like, I don't know if they realize how sneaky Ricky and Joe were. Like, this is frustrating me so much just because I didn't really do anything to be in that position. Like, okay, like, considering what I've done, like, in the beginning of the game, with the fake idol and stuff, like, sure. But I've done nothing that, like, that they can tell, you know? Like, oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated right now.
I was ranked second most trustworthy? Second?
Parker is someone who I do not trust at all, and I do not think I will ever trust him because he preaches one thing and runs his mouth. Like, he's saying, oh, I'm so just, I'm so loyal.
The little stunt he pulled at Tribal where he's like, actually, I want to play the idol. Shut the fuck up. Literally, the way Vivi and I are like, we literally dead looked at each other like, what the fuck? You're over, sir. Stop trying to be in the spotlight. You were never in the first place.
Parker's unhinged. He totally is. He's on this like high horse of like honesty or whatever, but then like he has, I don't even know, like, what game do you think you're playing? Why did you join this and think that you're gonna be honest 100%? Like, it's not gonna happen.
He like yelled at some point. I don't remember at which point, but he like yelled at Joe, like, don't call me a liar. I care so much about being honest. And that was scary. I was saying before that like Hunter's this like really nice, honest person. I mean, to be fair, he was getting mad about people thinking he wasn't honest, but that like shocked me how adamant he was. Also, because I have 3 instances of Parker lying at this point.
Like, what the hell? I mean, isn't that my thing? Isn't the truth kind of, you know, my thing?
1, he lied about the Puppet Master. He said that Prod emailed them about the idol, which isn't true. It was the Puppet Master. 2, he like basically lied about voting for Lauren when he voted for Valen. And then 3, Joe said that Parker gave Lauren a fake idol, and Parker like denied it, but it was kind of like a flustered denial, and Parker's not good at lying, so maybe Parker really did give Lauren the fake idol, in which case that's like obviously clearly lying. So that's 3 instances that I have of Parker lying. And to be fair, he is bad at it. He does get flustered, so I do believe he values honesty, but I don't believe that he doesn't lie. Like, this is Survivor, you have to lie.
If you go around and run your mouth and you're telling this person this story, and then you're telling this person this story, and you're saying, oh, I'm so honest, I would never lie, I don't like liars, and then you're lying to everybody, what do you think's gonna happen? No one's gonna trust you. That's what's gonna happen.
In his like quest for truth, any information that he finds that, you know, should be like sensitive, maybe like don't bring it up, like, you know, do your research, you don't have to ask people. Like, when Joe eventually told him that Nadia and Tina are close, Parker goes straight to Nadia and Tina and like asks them if it's true. Oh my god. That's very dumb. That is so dumb. Why would you do that?
And if I'm not even first in my thing, then what's going on? What am I doing? How is Vivian more trustworthy. Someone ranked me low. I mean, I'm pretty sure Vivian and Nadia both ranked me first in honesty, and that's the one that matters the most.
Willing to flip on Parker because his whole not lying thing has like made it kind of hard to tell him things, because then you just go and like tell whoever we're talking about. I keep telling him to like try to like avoid telling, but like he's not good at that.
But what the heck? Like, someone must have ranked me pretty low then. Someone doesn't trust me on the tribe. That's what I'm getting out of this. I don't know who it is.
So unfortunately, it is time to bring back the Clark Kent glasses. The next couple days, I'm going to be all business, and we're going to tribal council, and I have to bring out the glasses. I have to become professional. You know, this is time when it calls for business. You know?
Okay, what was really funny during this challenge? So I had to hold. So I was second, right? So I had like only the second shortest time to hold my hand up above my head with a pen. And yeah, I'm stupid or something. I just can't count. And it's really funny because I'm a senior engineer student. So LOL. I freaking doubled my time. I was supposed to only hold the pen above my head for 13 minutes. And I held it up for like 26. It's so funny.
I was number 1 on the trust. That is a shocker and so good for my game. Because I'm not... This is like the perfect combination. I'm apparently, I don't know how honest people were, but apparently I'm very trustworthy. People trust me a lot.
Xavier is playing a very smart game right now. I really think people don't realize how charming that man is. Love him so much, but if I really like someone in that way, especially being the most trustworthy person like that, like you're clearly doing something correct, and people aren't onto that, and that's like, fuck, like you need to understand that like those are the people who are gonna make it far in this game, and Xavier's somebody I could see winning it.
I'm still playing this game. Like, I am lying to people still, and like making alliances and all that shit, and so like what I talked about at the beginning, like I wanted to get loyalty until I needed to like get rid of it. I have it both right now. I have loyalty because they think I'm trustworthy, but I'm also playing them right now. No one knows. They still don't know Eyal and I are tight.
I really love it that he tries to hide his friendship with Eyal, which is like the funniest thing to me and Abby and to everyone else.
Eyal was a lie. I definitely trust him a decent amount more than I put, but I just wanted to, again, just reinforce the, I know it couldn't really be traced back to me, but I wanted to reinforce the fact that Eyal and I don't really know each other that well, so I didn't put him super high.
I put Xavier underneath Valen and Henry because I'm not entirely sure if Xavier knows more about the Puppet Master than he's letting on.
Another argument against Jude is that she was literally last on the trust ratings for the tribe, so that is good. That is good to know, because it seems like, as it stands, people won't be that upset getting out Jude.
I don't see where this distrust is coming from. Like, I get Nikhil doesn't trust me, and I get Xavier probably ranked me lower, but do Eyal and Henry also not trust me because I like want to get justice for Lauren? Like, is that the reasoning?
So apparently Lauren told Judanique a lot more than we needed her to, and this is why we got Lauren out of the game, right? Because she was leaking information to Judanique, and Judanique gave all that information to Ricky, who's, I'll get into Ricky, but so yeah, Judanique knows too much, and she's now asking Valen a lot of questions about what happened with our tribe, why did we vote out Lauren, how did it all go down. She's asking way too many questions.
We're like, okay, she's, has this connection with Lauren, and like she said a lot of the things that Lauren told her to a lot of people, and it's become kind of this game of telephone, pun intended, given our callback to our second challenge that we lost. where like things are being said, people are hearing it and making conclusions that aren't true or suspicions and stuff like that. So it's more of like, I think I said this about Lauren, where it's like there's this like iffy feeling about her and her actions, and it's just like we want to get rid of iffy.
If we have more challenges that are physical or like that, it's just she's not going to be able to contribute that much. And also, I don't trust her that much. I think if I met her in real life, she would be a great person, but just how this game has gone, I don't trust her at all. She was on the other side of the vote when I was blindsided, and I think she's got to go.
In fact, we lost by so much, especially because Jude literally went like 20 minutes under time. And to be fair, I also went like 8 minutes over time, but she was the only one who went under time, so I definitely think she needs to be eliminated so we can start doing challenges better.
She was Lauren's roommate, or housemate, or whatever. And we had to be sneaky to get Lauren out last week. And so Lauren talked a lot of shit to Junique, and then Junique told everybody else. So we can't have that. Old Zaman gotta stay strong.
Tribal Council and the Clark Kent glasses are here. Superman needs to get tucked away, and it's all about business. So right after, I was pretty confident that I made a good alliance with me, Valen, Henry, Xavier, Nikhil. Those were the 4 people that I wanted to work with, and we have a core 5 now that we all are pretty comfortable with.
I'm in a 5-person alliance called the Utah Jazz. Very powerful alliance, dominant number, 8-person tribe. And that's me, Xavier, Eyal, Nikhil, and Valen.
The 5 of us met today, and we officially named our to-be-determined alliance the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz are actually crushing it this season. I don't think Henry knows that when he picked the name, but they're on like a 26-game win streak, something crazy like that. I'm probably exaggerating a bit. I don't follow the NBA too much, but I know they're like tearing it up in the West. So yeah, it's kind of funny because he was just like, let's pick some random funny sports team, and he happened to pick one that's like actually atop the rankings right now. So yeah, the Utah Jazz, we're coming for everyone, and we're going to the top, just like the real Utah Jazz.
In every single challenge, Jude has never done well. I don't know that that's fully true, but like she's never been a strong player in challenges. So that's been like, I've been kind of saying like it's been frustrating me because I've been playing on the same tribe as her this whole time. And so I think it's better for our new Verandi tribe to get her out.
The most important thing is to make Jude comfortable, to make Abby comfortable, and to make Ethan comfortable. Those 3, as long as they don't suspect we have a 5, we will win. We cannot lose. So there's plans going on. Xavier's been talking to Ethan, Valen's talking to Jude, Abby's talking to everyone.
There are 2 other alliances at least. One of them is Ethan, Xavier, Abby, and Eyal. And one of them is Jude, Valen, Eyal, and Ethan. And they're both, one of them is just to keep Jude calm and make her feel safe, and the other one is to make sure that Abby and Ethan are voting with the 5-person alliance.
You don't really trust Nikhil. Like, I don't really have a good connection with Nikhil either, so like I wouldn't be against like hopping on to vote him out.
Me, Valen, and Eyal, and Ethan are in another alliance. Not sure how how strong that one is, especially since like no one has replied in it, so it's like no one really talks. It's really awkward. Me and Xavier talked the day after the challenge how we would do a Dorit tribe alliance, but we never talked about it, so that seems kind of sus.
So there's plans of like, oh, let's make a fake alliance here, a fake alliance there, like make an alliance with me, Xavier, Abby, and Ethan, and then Valen just talked to Jude and said Jude wants an alliance with me, Valen, Jude, and Ethan.
We had a group call with Xavier, Eyal, me, and Abby yesterday. The alliance, very awkward. kind of a really shitty call. Not really feeling this alliance, not really feeling the group. I mean, I
a group of 4 that we have here.
Wait, am I frozen?
What a good observation.
I'm gonna have to start upping my game then. I think I need to start befriending Ayal, which is like, let me just go make a deal with the Godfather.
All right, so are we good? Plan is just vote Jude. I think enough people are voting her, so it's not like, I don't think people will find out about like us 4, you know?
Yeah, I think we're chill.
I'm sorry, it's just the Godfather for me. That's a scary man. I hope people realize that licking his bootstraps is not the best way to get further, because that just gives him more power. And hopefully, if I can just plant that seed that like he is the Godfather, he's the one in control of Old Zaman, he has all the power, then we can move forward. And I don't know if that means taking out his loyal pastor, Henry, or if that just means going straight for the Godfather himself.
I talked to Ayal yesterday night because I was like, I just want to know what he's thinking, because I, like, for the longest time, I was like, Ayal is masterminding this, like, Ayal is the guy behind everything, and he's gonna vote me out. But I talked to him, and honestly, like, I feel okay. He was like, I have no reason to, like, vote you out, like, I like you, I like Ethan, like, I just don't trust Jude because I think she's gonna be telling everyone everything.
I trust Abby more than Ethan and Judanique because I talked to her more, and actually we just had a Zoom call last night. She asked to talk to me about this, and I sort of told her, like, straight up, we're thinking Jude. Like, I didn't say it's like a huge 5, but I said the plan right now has been Jude, and she's led on that she's like wants to do whatever the majority wants to do.
I don't know if he's the sort of person to, like, blindside somebody, but he's doing a really good job. I'm, like, the worst. I'm like, this guy sucks, like, he's so sneaky. And then I talk to him, I'm like, oh, he's not so bad. Like, I'm so soft, it's so annoying.
I get a sense from her that she's a lot more game than she lets on, and it scares me, and I kind of regret telling her Jude so early, because if she's holding an idol, and she knows we're all going Jude, we all throw our votes at Jude, and then she plays the idol for Jude, one of us gets fucked. And I don't know how I feel about that.
If you can't beat them, join them. So right now I'm really leaning towards ingratiating myself to Xavier and Ayal. Ayal didn't admit to me that he knows Xavier, which makes me not want to trust him as much, but I don't know. That's like I don't know, he's probably smart for not doing that. But I know about it, so I don't know. I'm not going to bring it up to either of them.
The Godfather, Ayal, has decreed his holy gospel that Judanique must go, and as a loyal subject of the Godfather, and to appease his wishes, and to everyone on the tribe who wants to appease his wishes, it looks like it's going to be a unanimous vote on Judanique tonight. That's not something I personally want to do. I think it would have been smarter to try to get Nikhil to go, but Valen doesn't want that, and without Valen's support, that means we're essentially sitting ducks.
Here's how I would like voting to go. I made a little chart. I don't know if it's going to be backwards, but whatever. So anyway, so here we have, I for sure believe that Abby and Ethan and Valen will vote for Nikhil. Especially like hearing how Valen acted at her tribal with the whole, like, she was definitely aligned with Lauren, but like the other people did her dirty. So there's that.
But like, does she like really want to stick with that? I like tried talking to Henry today, and he seemed very like robotic, and I was like, I can't imagine like Valen working with him. Like,
I mean, literally all of Zaman wanted to vote Valen out before like Lauren was the Valen was the scapegoat, and the real target was Lauren. But like, why was Valen the scapegoat in the first place?
I'm still like gonna try to tell Valen, like, you're on the bottom of the Old Zaman alliance. I think you know that. Like, just going forward, if you want to work together, like, I'd be down to do that because I'm not exactly on the top of this tribe.
She was like, I'm trying to text Henry, he hasn't responded, I want to connect. I think he's so mysterious. And I was like texting Henry, I'm like, they think you're really mysterious. And he's like, what the heck, I'm not mysterious at all. I mean, I kind of agree with them. I mean, like, Henry's like this silent knowledgeable player, and I'm always just like, what? Like, I want to know what Henry's thinking all the time.
I don't know if she'll be super, like, I don't know if she'll actually be responsive to that because she was second on the trust list, so she has no reason to believe that she's, like, at the bottom.
Okay, I mean, I guess that's, like, consensus, but if yours didn't go as you thought last time, that's just what I'm worried about. I don't know.
I was a little worried about that too, but honestly, talking with them yesterday, I don't think it'll play. I don't think what happened at our tribal and something like that is gonna happen at ours.
Okay.
Like, I truly don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, so I had a talk with Valen tonight and it actually went really well. Love her so much. Like, she's genuinely so fun to talk to. And it was just like only good vibes. And I actually really trust her a lot. And I think she really trusts me a lot, which is like, thank fucking goodness.
I love Ethan. Oh my god. So we bonded on our walk to McDonald's for the scavenger hunt where I filmed him tripping at McDonald's and then saying, I'm fallen. So our walk over there was a blast, and after McDonald's we went to the Auntie Anne's food truck that was in Oakland, and we got some Auntie Anne's and chatted on our walk back to campus, and honestly it was a highlight of my week. It was so much fun. I had such a blast interacting with Ethan. And then we started texting after that, and it was literally nothing about Survivor. We were talking about literally Auntie Anne's and just random stuff in general. And then we lost, and we were like, I guess we should talk about like tribal and stuff like that. And we both basically said like we have each other's back.
It's like Valen, I think the key to me staying in this game, like also just like from a personal standpoint, love her so fucking much. But I think from a game standpoint, like she is the key piece that's gonna keep me in, and when the time is right, she's gonna be the key piece that helps us make a move.
I called him last night, and we were both drinking Moscato because that was one of our conversations. Ethan was a little tipsy, which was he was really funny. I mean, he's funny in general, and then he was tipsy.
We're a little tipsy right now. At least I'm a little tipsy right now, but so YOLO.
Basically, we were just coming to this emotional, funny conclusion that we both really want to be good friends and like partners, I guess, in this game. I mean, Ethan started crying, and I was like, oh my god, he's like, I want to be your friend, like with you on this, and I had such a great time on our trip. And I was like, oh my god, Ethan, me too. Like, I really enjoyed like texting you and like listening, and that's a good sign. I mean, if we've been talking and stuff like that, like, and it's not about Survivor, so like I already can tell that us gals are gonna be besties. We're gonna be aunties for life. So basically our alliance team is called Aunties in Crime, because we're like both talking about we'll want kind of like a partners in crime like for the show, and then like the whole thing with Auntie Anne's and stuff like that. So we are Aunties in Crime.
She wants to go for Judanique, and honestly, like, it sucks because I don't think Judanique should go.
I'm telling my partner things. So
no, like it's safe with me. Like I got you.
Okay, good. So I've talked with like old Zaman and stuff like that, and probably Judanique.
I think I did hear her name like floating around a little bit. She hasn't told me a name yet. I like Judanique so far.
Yeah, she's like sweet. Judanique sent me a message, well, multiple message. Judanique asked me so many questions. So first she started off, she's like, hey, I've been trying to figure out like what happened to Lauren at your guys' tribal. Like, can you tell me? And she sends a text, and I already know that Judanique has been just like, she already kind of knows what happened at her tribal, like has an idea or like heard things about like the puppet master and things from Lauren, and already told people about it. And I know she's kind of a chatty Cathy and would tell people things, so I was just like, okay, when she's asking me. So basically, when she asked me all these questions, I was very vaguely telling the truth. Like I told the truth, it's very vaguely.
We're gonna have to flip Valen, or else we're like fucked. Like, Valen is the key to taking down the Godfather Ayal, and like, yeah, Valen is the key to taking down Godfather Ayal. We're gonna have to figure out what she wants to do.
Nadia and Tina, our friends, are like this just whole giant alliance of like all the men plus like Nadia, and then like apparently plus Tina. This also has to stay here, but you can hear me because I don't know if you froze. Hello.
Oh, here we go.
Like I think Xavier and Ayala are friends from like freshman year friends.
Told her like I'm trying to plant that seed in her head of like there's gonna be this massive alliance of old Zaman that comes to merge, and we're gonna be fucked if we don't do anything about it. And it's gonna be Ayal, Henry. It's gonna be Ayal, Henry, Parker, Nadia, by extension Xavier because of the friendship with Ayal, and by extension Tina. And that is 6 people. And so I'm just kind of like, fuck, like, I really want to move forward with her. So she's told me she wasn't 100% with them.
That's been my only fear, like, this game is just like, that one thing is just like that old Zaman plus like Zaman's like pre-existing friends just coming together. Even though I really hate the idea of like tribal lines.
So I'm nervous, but I'm hopefully planted the seed in her head that like one of them needs to go. And I just hope she understands that like she needs to make a move, because honestly, props to Ayal and Henry for reassuring her and just making her feel safe, because like it's clearly working. Like she clearly is believing the Kool-Aid that they're serving, which is just like, girl, like I get that if you feel secure with them, but like they are closer than you think. And when I've talked to them, they've always mentioned each other. So I'm gonna, I don't think this is the round I can do something.
So I'm gonna make sort of a bold move, and I've sort of already done it. I made an Instagram page. I called it The Unmaskers Scotty Survivor. So one of my goals before maybe I get voted out, hopefully not, is to find out who the Puppet Master is. And maybe I'll get it with this. So I put in the bio. Also, this is how it looks. I hope the camera is not backwards. But anyway, okay, so I'll read the description. So it says, everyone's been asking, who is the Puppet Master? It's been our goal to find out, and we've done it. Reveal at 50 followers. Yours truly, the Unmaskers. So I added plurals just so no one thinks it's one person. That makes it, a little less suspicious.
I think there was an Instagram page created for the Puppet Master, the Puppet Master Unmasker, and I really think that is the Puppet Master, because why would the Puppet Master reveal themselves, and who would have that information to know? Also, the language they use is the same. Like, I was trolling around, being like, hey, like, love to join your army, such a huge fan of the Unmaskers, and they were like, we might give you a secret code during the challenge, and that's exactly what they told Lauren. So, and it's interesting, like, I really think somebody on this tribe is the Puppet Master, and right now, I think, based off of everyone, it's not Judanique, it's not Abby, it's not Henry. Henry's not active enough in this game to do that.
And then I posted the first post, very, ominous, because, Puppet Master, just, I don't know how to explain this, my thought process. But I put at the Puppet Master, even though there's no Puppet Master bio. Just anyway, at the Puppet Master, this you may think you're in charge, safe, and elusive. Unfortunately, that cannot be further from the truth. Your next tribal will be your last. We have the upper hand. Yours truly, the Unmaskers. So, hopefully it's not my tribal that's the last one.
But right now, I think mathematically a 5 can't lose to a 3, right? Only thing I'm fearing is an idol, and I threw in the seed of thought maybe we should split the vote, but it just doesn't make sense if we can get Ethan and Abby on our side and all vote Jude. I think this is an easy vote. This week shouldn't be too difficult.
I'm hoping that we're all in consensus about Nikhil, but why wouldn't they be in consensus about me?
How far do I want to work with this 5? That is the interesting question. I'm already thinking that the next vote, maybe want to blindside Nikhil, maybe want to blindside Xavier. I'm not going to say anything yet because I'm taking this 1 week at a time, but it might be good for us to blindside one of them. Because the two of them together are dangerous. Listen, my head's turning. I have the glasses on, and the glasses are a separate power. They bring out the big brains, and my brain's always turning.
To be honest, I'm sticking with them, definitely, because we have majority. I don't have any reason to leave, but I'm not feeling, I don't feel the most trustworthy of them yet. I don't know, we just haven't really clicked, which is interesting because I clicked more with my fake alliance with Abby, Ethan, and Ayal.
I'm not sure I want to stick with the 5. If we lose another challenge, I honestly see me trying to figure out a way to vote Valen off or another person off from the old Zaman tribe, because I don't think it's going to be the best thing going from no, like from, you know, other tribe diversity to just like a domination by the Zaman tribe.
It's gonna be a tough road moving forward for me. But I really just want to become the God Slayer, like Ayal. Like I will be coming for you at one point or another.
Varandy, welcome to your first tribal council as a new swap tribe. For two of you, this is your first tribal council ever, so welcome. Ethan, this is your first time at tribal council. Walk me through how the past few days have been.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking. You have a bunch of different people coming together from 3 different tribes. You have to get to know people and then also have to figure out who do you want to align with, who do you want to go home, and it's just like a bunch of different puzzle pieces, like slide puzzle, Lego puzzle, and like jigsaw, and you're just trying to make this image, but it's ended up being like a cubist piece of art, and it's just messy.
So Unique, he talks a lot about puzzles here. We know that you have a history with puzzles. So walk me through what happened the last challenge. Why are you guys here as a tribe?
So the pen challenge was extremely hard. I think 40 minutes, very hard time frame. I think everyone had the same mindset that like it was either too fast or too quick. We had 1 point scored, so go Xavier for getting a set point. So yeah, it was really nerve-wracking to see, like, put my pen down and still see, like, Tina still up. I was like, oh, I don't know, 7 points gone.
So Valen, do you think certain people perform better on the challenge? Do you think certain people are to blame? Why are y'all here as a tribe?
As Judanique said, Xavier was the only one on our tribe who earned us a point, and he went, I guess, faster. The rest of us just went really slow and went over the time. Me especially, but...
Okay, fair enough. So, Henry, here we are. It seems like no original tribe has a majority here on this new swap tribe. What's been going through your head? Walk me through how tribal dynamics have come out.
I've been really bad about the tribal dynamics. I've been really, really bad about talking to people, actually. So I don't really know where people stand with each other, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much to say about that.
Okay, Ael, seemingly Henry doesn't have much to say. Y'all were on a tribe previously together. Does that make you worried? How do you think the tribe's going to shake out?
I'm excited to see how the votes are going to be played out. I think I have an idea of where people are voting, but I don't know until the votes are read, so I don't know how nervous I can be right now.
Okay. Nikhil, the first time you're at tribal council, it seemed like there was all sorts of paranoia in the air. Does that seem to still be the case this time?
I mean, last time was a completely different story. There was a lot of different, like, you know, conversations and about like idols and stuff. I don't know if as much thought has been put into this time, but like, yeah, it's definitely a different feel, especially because we're still kind of new to this whole tribe. So yeah, definitely different.
Okay, Xavier, he talks a lot about it being different. Are there certain people who you haven't really gotten the chance to connect with on this tribe?
I mean, yeah, I tried to talk to everyone. I knew like some of the Dorit people already, and I wanted to talk to people even before we lost the challenge just to get to know the tribe. But yeah, since losing the challenge, there are like a couple people that I feel like I wish I talked to more.
Who specifically?
You go.
Exactly what I wanted to hear. So finally, Abby, this is your first tribal council. How exactly are you going to be choosing who you're going to be voting out tonight?
I mean, it was a tough decision. I also, like Xavier, tried to talk to everyone because, like, coming in, I only knew Ethan. So it was nice to get to know everyone. Maybe would have preferred under different circumstances, but that's sort of how I chose.
Ethan, you're up first.
This is what the Godfather decreed, and on this tribe his word is law. So, sorry you got the brunt of this.
Fortunately, voting for Nikhil, because it's either him or me, I think in this case, so hopefully it won't be me.
You should have been voted out first.
I don't want to trust you, to be completely honest.
I'll go tally the votes. I have the votes. Before I reveal the votes, if there are any idols or powers that'd like to be played, now is the time to do so. Seeing none, I'll reveal the votes. Once the votes are tallied, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll reveal the votes. First vote. Junique. Nikhil. That's one vote Junique, one vote Nikhil. Judanique. Judanique. 3 votes Junique, 1 vote Nikhil, 4 votes remaining. Judanique. Next vote, and 4th person voted out of Scotty Survivor, Lost in Time, Judanique. Judanique, please bring me your torch. Judanique, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Congratulations on surviving Tribal Council. For some of you, tonight was your first blindside. For others, you're becoming pros. Gather your stuff, head back to camp. Good night.
Next time on Scotty Survivor Lost in Time. Another tribe swap and an individual immunity twist will send everybody scrambling when both tribes go to Tribal Council. Who will be voted out next? Tune in next week to find out.
I can't believe that happened. Honestly, I thought I had an alliance I trusted, and I can't believe my first alliance was more trustworthy than this one in New Verandi. So it's kind of sad, but I mean, it was fun playing. So at least I have my time back. But if you want me for All Stars,